After the chaos of the last two books, this book was kind of a nice change of pace. So Tokyo Express by Seicho Matsumoto is a quiet kind of murder mystery. Like, the story begins when a young couple are discovered on a rocky beach. Like, they obviously died drinking cyanide, and from the way they're positioned, like, it's generally agreed by the police investigating the scene that the two committed a lover's suicide. But one of the investigators, like one of the veteran people, I guess, in the department, feels like there's something just a little bit fishy about the scene, although he finds it a little hard to put his finger on why. Like, the department pretty much closes off the investigation, but he decides to continue doing a little bit of quiet investigating on his own, like, just to kind of quiet his own unease, and starts to dig up some facts that he feels like doesn't quite match up. And his suspicions are kind of borne out a bit when he gets a visit from another investigator from Tokyo. So the new investigator, Mihara, which is the main character of the two, I guess, in this particular story, goes over like the things that he finds and lets him know that one of the people who died was actually implicated as a major witness in a big government bribery scandal that has been going on, and his death is a very convenient death for a lot of people in high places. So this makes the fact that this person chose to commit suicide even more suspicious than it originally was. And the story follows Mihara as he looks more into the various clues and tries to figure out like what's going on, because there are clear witness statements that make the idea of a lover suicide the obvious answer. So he has to chase down like where these statements are coming from, like how the various pieces of this story come into place. Like, he has strong suspicions of who the culprit is, but needs to break what seems like a pretty foolproof kind of alibi. So, like I said, this was a kind of quiet investigation story because, like, the murder happened several months before, like, the bulk of these investigations, since both of these detectives are kind of looking into it, not exactly on their own time, because it is with, like, permission of higher ups and so on, but it's something that's ongoing in the background kind of thing, as opposed to, like, a super urgent kind of case. And it spends a lot of time going over the thinking process for Mihara. Like, I think I often make the comment about dialogue, so this is not a dialogue-heavy story, but it's also not especially heavy on description. Like, a lot of the focus of the narrative is on explaining, like, his thought process as he works through the various clues and tries to match up things like witness statements and possible alibis and methods for committing the crime. And I think I appreciate just that logical thinking element. Like, I like listening to people go through that entire reasoning process, and it was definitely a really intricate kind of case. So, dislike, there actually really wasn't anything I disliked about this story. I just kind of wish it was longer, but I guess, that's a common desire, I guess, when you come across a good story.